Welcome in, everyone. I hope you guys are doing great wherever you're watching from today. We have some big news, and that is President Donald Trump has unleashed a massive, overwhelming bombing campaign against terror targets. We're going to get into where the bombing campaign is happening, who's being hit, what is going on. This also includes the capture of a high-level ISIS financier leader. Details of the raid are kind of known. We're going to get into all of that and much, much more in this video. It's kind of crazy that they're not covering this at all in the mainstream media. No one is talking about this, but our military is putting in work and absolutely smacking targets right now. So I can't wait to get into it with all of you. Before we do, as always, please make sure to like and subscribe. Totally free, costs you guys absolutely nothing, and is a huge, huge boost to the channel. Please comment with your thoughts below. I love reading the comments. I'm trying to respond to as many as I possibly can. Hit the bell above, all notifications turned on so you won't miss a thing. And then right here on the bottom of the screen, you can follow me at Instagram, David underscore Hookstead, or XD Hookstead. That's where you can find me on social media. I share a lot of fun stuff there as well. Now, let's get into it. So we have seen a little bit of a resurgence in the news recently with different raids, different military action going on against terror targets. Everyone seems to think, or many people, I should say, seem to think that the war on terror is over. That is not true. We still have tier 1 operators, Delta Force, SEAL Team 6, intelligence assets, Army Rangers, support elements all over the world still hunting down terror targets, still hunting down people who wish to harm America. And when they show up in the middle of the night, it's generally going to be a very, very bad time for whoever they're looking for. The most recent example of this was the raid that was carried out last week in Syria, which killed a high-level ISIS official, ISIS leader, ISIS terrorist, whatever you want to call him, and his two ISIS sons. There were 6 civilians on target. They all were safe. Nobody was harmed. And as I showed in a previous video, they came in unmarked SUVs, Range Rovers, and swooped in. 2 helicopters came in, took care of business, left, and that was that. Well, it turns out that while that's been going on, there's also been a huge bombing campaign that I honestly didn't know much about at all. I knew that it had happened previously, but let me go ahead and throw this up on the screen for you. This comes from stripes.com. What is, Stars and Stripes, obviously a military website. It says Somalia sees sharp rise in U.S. strikes against ISIS and al-Shabaab. Let's go ahead and read this. It says, the U.S. military has launched its most intensive Somalia bombing campaign on record, carrying out more than 50 airstrikes in the country since the start of the year. U.S. Africa Command strike data shows. So this is the most intensive bombing campaign that has been carried out in Somalia ever. And again, most people don't even know this is going on. So the United States is currently carrying out a huge and overwhelming air campaign. And if you're watching this, you're probably learning about this for the first time today. You might have heard about the strikes, but you're probably just now learning how overwhelming and extensive they are. It says the most recent offensive came Friday with an airstrike in southern Somalia against longtime nemesis al-Shabaab, scumbag terror group, and a separate unspecified operation that targeted fighters from the Islamic State offshoot in the country. AFRICOM and its partners continue to take action to degrade ISIS Somalia's ability to plan, conduct attacks that threaten the U.S. homeland, our forces, and our citizens abroad. The command said in a statement Saturday about its military operation conducted a day earlier against ISIS. So far this year, there have been 52 airstrikes in Somalia, according to AFRICOM. That far exceeds the number of strikes conducted in recent years and puts the command on pace to easily eclipse the 2019 record of 63 strikes in the country. So 2019 saw the most strikes ever in Somalia, most airstrikes at 63. We're a little more than halfway through the year here. We're coming up at the end of July, and they're already just 11 strikes away from eclipsing that with 5 months to go, a little more than 5 months to go. So they are definitely going to beat that number. Specific details about units and assets involved in the operation against ISIS were not released for security reasons, AFRICOM said. I can tell you this, while we know Syria is Delta Force's playground, while we know that Delta Force carried out the raid last week, Africa, Somalia, historically has been SEAL Team 6's area of operations. SEAL Team 6 is the one putting in work there. So while it's not confirmed that SEAL Team 6 carried out the capture of this high-level ISIS figure, you could bet a lot of good money that's almost certainly who was involved. So, yeah, it says, so specific assets and units involved weren't revealed. It says, however, the counterterrorism office in Somalia's Puntland region said in a statement on X that U.S. forces were involved in an operation that led to the capture of multiple ISIS fighters. The emergence of ISIS in Somalia has sparked a surge of U.S. military activity in the country, where American troops have long been involved in efforts to degrade al-Shabaab, which is linked to al-Qaeda. American forces provide support to Somalia's central government as it attempts to keep al-Shabaab at bay. Besides airstrikes, AFRICOM's ongoing mission there involves training and advising local ground forces. The uptick coincides with a January directive by Defense Secretary Pete Hegseth that granted more decision-making authority on airstrikes to AFRICOM commanders. Increased concerns about the risk that ISIS fighters will take root in the country also factored into the matters. AFRICOM General Michael Langley, during testimony last month, said ISIS now controls its global network from Somalia. We are pressuring ISIS in the Golis Mountains significantly. As of May, the group Somalia cell had grown from about 500 fighters to 1,500 over the past 18 months, roughly 60% of the members from outside Somalia. According to AFRICOM, the majority of recent airstrikes in Somalia have been directed at ISIS fighters, but AFRICOM continues to target al-Shabaab, which the U.S. considers the largest terrorist group in Africa, with an estimated 7,000 to 12,000 fighters. On Friday, AFRICOM launched a strike against al-Shabaab near the city of Sabeed in southwestern Somalia. So that's that. Now, we do have some strike footage from previous strikes. I'm going to throw this up on the screen. I have to mute the audio because it's playing Toby Keith's courtesy of the Red, White, and Blue, and YouTube will strike the video if that music is played. So we are going to watch some strike footage now. Here we go. Let's see if I can speed up the playback speed here. So as you can see, these are aerial cameras showing targets getting pulverized on the ground, just getting lit up like a Christmas tree. Never a good thing to be a bad guy when the U.S. Air Force shows up, or the U.S. Navy, or anyone with our aircraft. All right, so that's some strike footage. Let's go ahead and share this. This is from the this was posted by the White House in May. Should be up on the screen. It is. Let's go ahead and watch this. So they're walking around, have no idea the eye in the sky spotted them. And then you are going to see a boom. And that's the end of the story for them. Oh, well, good luck. Good luck to whoever follows that. All right, I'm going to stop sharing this now. So, yet again, the United States has made it clear that if you are a bad person and you intend to harm the United States of America, that we are going to come looking for you. We're going to come look for you. We're going to find you, and we are going to eliminate you because you are a threat to the American people. You are a threat to the safety of America, and that's simply not going to be tolerated. So I didn't even know this. I did not realize that we are on record. We're on pace to set a record for the largest bombing campaign in the history of the United States military in Somalia. And we're about to break that record, probably be broken at some point in August, and then it'll be 4 months to rack up the score for that one. So yet again, the terrorists lose, the good guys win. That's the nature of the beast. The United States military continues to kick ass. You love to see it. And if you want to play stupid games, you're going to win stupid prizes. It's really just that simple. But I want to know what you guys think. Please let me know in the comments below. Please make sure to like and subscribe. Totally free. Cost you guys absolutely nothing. Hit that bell. All notifications turned on so you won't miss a thing. And then right here, Instagram, David_Hookstead, and X, D Hookstead. Make sure to give me a follow there. I'll see you all next time.